When the city of Edina acquired the site of the former Flyte Tyme Studios recording complex on 76th Street, a lot of history came with it. In addition to it being the recording location for such legendary musicians as Janet Jackson and Mariah Carey, Flyte Tyme Studios was also the home of equally impressive and important pieces of art. Edina TV has the story on the restoration and preservation of these one-of-a-kind items.
The contents of these packages are familiar, but their condition has improved.
I mean, it looks brand new. It's amazing.
This painting of Jimi Hendrix is just one of a dozen pointillist-style creations by artist Tecumseh Aiken, representing a history of black music.
It's like I'm holding history in my hands, thinking of where these were located and if they could tell a story.
That story would stretch back to the late 1980s, when Flyte Tyme Studios opened a new location in Edina on West 76th Street. Paintings of Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, the Supremes, and other pioneering black musicians looked down on everyone who recorded here, even after the studio closed in 2003 and reopened under new ownership. When the building was destined to be demolished for an affordable housing project, facility supervisor Tim Barnes knew the paintings had to be saved.
The significance in my generation, my parents listened to these artists and enjoyed the music. I enjoy the music.
To ensure they would survive the move and many more years of being put on display, Barnes contacted the Minneapolis Institute of Art.
They were fabulous. We see a lot of different media. We work on paintings from old masters, so anything from 13th, 14th century to contemporary works of art. So we have seen a variety of mediums. This was very unique.
These hands down here, when I look at them closer, they look like faces.
But to properly restore them, the painting conservator had to learn more about the artist's technique.
It's guiding me. It's guiding me.
Tecumseh Aiken, now a celebrated muralist, still works every day at his studio in St. Paul.
That's my training. That's, doing realism and stuff like that. But I got bored with painting it and just pencils and all, so I use pointillism. And it even though it seems like it's more tedious and all of that, it takes me, I have to get in almost in a trance-like kind of mindset to do some of the things I do because it's so intricate and so detailed.
The History of Black Music project took months for Aiken to complete, working from photographs he painted while on the road.
These pictures were in black and white, but because I'm colorblind, I can figure out what was in color better than anybody, looking at black and white sometimes.
Aiken says it was an honor working on the project, and he wishes he could have included more musicians.
I thank Flyte Tyme and the people that are preserving it and the people that have made it happen, because a lot of times some people would just take this and throw it in the trash.
Artwork that will continue to celebrate the history of black music for generations to come, in a new home, on a familiar spot. For Edina TV, I'm Dan Carpenter.
When AON's new affordable housing building is complete on the site, the pieces will be installed there to honor the cultural history of the location.